Hello friends, welcome to Jenie Concept online tutorial, and for this tutorial we'll be learning how to make the Zahra Scarf. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for always watching our videos, and if you're new to this channel, please click on the subscription button and also on the bell icon to enable you get notifications on all tutorials. The materials needed for this tutorial include your fabric, which could either be your satin or scuba fabric, your Maco or breast pad, scissors, measuring tape, matching color of thread and needle, accessories for embellishment such as appliques, trimmings, pears, stones, etc. But this is optional. However, you are also going to be needing gum if you will be embellishing your work with accessories. Please kindly note that Maco can be gotten from shoemakers or from those who sell accessories for making bags or shoes. For this tutorial, I made use of these measurements. For this tutorial, I have my fabric here, and then the measurement of my fabric, the width, that is how wide or the depth of it is 25 inches, while the length, which is the head circumference, is 48 inches. So unfold this way, to unfold, it's going to be 24 inches from here all the way down to this part. That is 48 inches for the head circumference and 25 inches for the width. Now fold your fabric into two to get the middle part. Folding it into two this way, this is where I have the middle. It's either you mark with your chalk or you make a notch with your scissors. So this is it, and then I'm going to open my work. Having opened it this way, I'm going to get my measuring tape and measure out 1 inch. That is one, and measure out 1 inch. Now I have my Maco here. My Maco is 2 inches for the width and 18 inches for the length. 2 by 18 inches. However, you can decide to use 2.5 inches by 18 inches. Depends on you. Now fold my Maco into two to get the midpoint, and I'm going to mark it. Having done that, I'm going to place the Maco on my fabric. Now, this is the wrong side of my fabric. My Maco is being placed on the wrong side of my satin fabric. Now, my Maco is going to begin from the point where I have my 1 inch mark. Okay, that is the 1 inch mark which I measured. The 1 inch which I measured earlier, and I marked it. My Maco is going to be starting from there. And ensure that the middle of your Maco aligns with the middle of your fabric. In place of Maco, you can decide to use breast pad, thick breast pad, but I'm making use of Maco. Now I'm going to flip this watch. I'm going to flip this down this way. So I have about 1 inch allowance here at this point before my Maco. Now I'm going to get it on my sewing machine, and I'm going to secure this end of the Maco. By securing it, I mean I'm going to sew this end to hold it down, and then I'm also going to hold this other end to hold it down. And as soon as I'm done, I will continue. This is my work, and as you can see, I've secured this end by sewing. I've also secured the other end by sewing, and then this is the front view. So fold it down so that the edge of the Maco can show. That's the beauty of our work. At this point, Remember, we have excess here. We are going to fold it in. Fold it in. Okay, we have 1 inch allowance, 1 inch excess here. This is my Maco, and then there is an allowance here before the Maco. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to use my hand to make it obvious. And then this allowance that is here, this excess that is here, I said drag it down in such a way that the edge of the Maco will show well, because that's the beauty of the work. And then fold in the edges in, fold the edges in this way. And then we are going to be sewing. We'll sew down to secure, that is to close this end, to cover this open end. So fold in the edge and sew. As soon as we are done with that, we'll come over to this side also, and then fold in the edges and sew it down. I haven't done that I haven't finished folding in the edges and sewing for the left side and the right side, as well as the middle. I'm going to continue by folding in the other edges that are left, and after folding in, I will sew. Now for these edges, in place of folding and sewing in, you can as well decide to take it to a weaving machine and weave the edges. This is my fabric, and I've finished sewing. I've also folded in the edges, and then this is what I get. My Zahra Scarf is ready to be worn. So I'll just get my electric iron and iron my fabric to straighten it out. So this is the front view. I have my dummy head here, and I also have the Zahra Scarf, which we just finished working on, and I'm going to be tying it on the dummy head to illustrate how it is worn. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to fold in this so I can hide the part that was sewn. So I'll just fold it in, and then I'm going to be placing it on my dummy head. You can also decide to fold it in twice before placing on your dummy head. You can also decide to leave it the way it is. It has been sewn, and then this is it. I'm going to be tying it at the back. Okay, it's not like the human head, so it's not really sitting in place, but I just want you to get the illustration. After tying, this is the back view. So with the fabric I have left, I can decide to form like a rose round it. Probably I don't like the way the excess fabric is. I can decide to form something like a rose at the back. Something like this, then that is that. So I'll be dropping it this way. And then for the front view, I'll just flip this over. So this is how it is. So this is how it is on the mannequin head. This is the side view. And then after tying, this is what I have as the back view. At this point, I can also decide to further embellish my work using any trimming accessory of my choice. So I will need that my trimming, and then I will need my gum, either my glue gun and my candle gum or my UAG gum. So I have my trimming here, and then I have my UAG gum or either my glue gun or my candle gum. Now apply gum at the back of your trimming, and then place as desired on your cap to embellish it, but this is optional. Place of trimmings, you can as well decide to use stones to embellish your work. So this will now be the final outlook of my Zahra Scarf. Brings us to the end of this tutorial. Please let us know if there are any questions, suggestions or comments. Thank you so much for being a part of this tutorial. Bye.